I arrived a few minutes before Lisette, my wife of 5 years. It only took a few minutes for the booking gadget to buzz in my hand. There were plenty of tables available, but I think they were short-staffed. Lisette wrote that she had a few more spreadsheets to finish, but was on her way. We met at a frat party and got married shortly after high school. We both survived the problems associated with the pandemic, although my working hours were reduced. Plans to have children have been put on hold until this madness ends. After placing my drink order, I perused the menu. For what? I don't know, since I always order the same thing. As I sat there, I heard a man's voice. Spencer? Although the couple sitting in the next booth seemed familiar to me, I didn't immediately get my bearings. I felt awkward extending my hand to shake hands, and he obviously understood my predicament. James Bourdin and my wife Sharon, Bourdin and Waters. Certainly, my apologies. Out of context, I simply couldn't remember you. And I shook his hand, and also carefully shook the woman's hand. It's not a problem. I doubt we met more than a few times. Are you here alone? Temporarily. I'm waiting for Lisette. She just wrote that she needs to finish a few more spreadsheets, but she's on her way. You're loading it well. Well, if you're on a romantic date, we can take our leave, since I'm sure sitting next to the owner of the company she works for might ruin the romance. No, please stay. Today it was my turn to cook, but I didn't have time, so on such evenings we dine out. My wife and I can go if you are having a romantic evening. Sharon sat down at the table. Hardly. They are very few and far between and don't happen very often, do they, dear? Now it was James's turn to grimace as he calmly replied, Now is not the time or place, honey. Here comes Lisette. Lisette looked shocked. Mr. Bourdin, are you here? My wife and I are having dinner here. I can ask you the same question. Well, I'm having dinner with my husband, Spencer. Do you remember the Bourdins? James and Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Pardon my manners, I confirmed. Yes, we communicate. Lisette's face and eyes contorted in a way I had never seen before. James became curious. So you spent time working with spreadsheets? Spencer said it like she was working overtime. Now I looked at Lisette with curiosity. She clicked her heels as if she was trying to get back to Kansas. Lisette began to sweat and turned slightly pink. Well, that was a complete lie, because in fact I was shopping. Lisette slid into our booth and sat down across from me. Sharon reached into her bag and pulled out a folder, which she handed to James. As James pushed the folder towards me, he stared at Lisette. Was this another, as you called it, pure lie? He continued. Looks more like you were spreading your legs for Cody Williams, doesn't it, Lisette? My mind was a mess of panic, rage, shock, and confusion. I couldn't help myself. What were you doing? When Lisette tried to stand up, Sharon put her hand on her shoulder, holding her down in her seat. James took a very businesslike tone. Cody works as a designer. He, like your wife, is already unemployed. I apologize, Spencer, for putting this on you. The folder in your hands is a private detective's report, including photographs taken an hour ago. Sharon and I learned from him that this is where you planned to meet for dinner tonight. Lisette, I'm very disappointed with this because I had high hopes for you. However, I cannot risk the success of my company because of people who cannot be trusted. Shall we order something, Sharon? Spencer, I'll pay for your dinner if you want to eat. I turned to James. Thank you, but I think I've lost my appetite. I was sick. Lisette's face contorted even more as she fought back tears. She spoke in a trembling voice. I'm sorry, Spencer. I was stupid. An absolute idiot. Mr. Bourdin, I understand your position. Spencer, can we go home now? Lisette, I think I'll stay at the motel tonight and look over this report. If things are as bad as they seem, I'll move out. Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think about listening to the next one.